do it do? We back with another Retro Bros review, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we got so very much to get into. Frank is up, leaving the stream right at. Oh, no, he's not. He's right there. Um, yeah, we got a lot to get into. We got Taboo Tuesday 2005 to review today. I remember this pay-per-view very fondly. Also, we got a treat for everybody. We are going to react to a song by Crip entitled "The Burrows," um, and we can't start off the podcast without talking about the big wrestling news of the week. I know I gave some of my opinions on it on Sunday when I did the retro raw down with Nat, but Frank, there's a lot to unpack here. We're not going to get into the why he why this happened because everybody else can get into the whys in the comment section.
Everybody knows, and everybody knows what happened. You just look it up, and if you don't, so
Right.
yeah.
But if you don't know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been living under a rock for the past week, Vince McMahon, the owner, the CEO, the head kahuna. Well, he's not the head anymore. He's the ass. He's done. He's retired. He has decided to call it quits after 50 plus years. Frank, when you heard this news, what was your reaction?
It was what a horrible birthday present, bro. That's all I can say. That's terrible. Like, I hope he enjoys retirement, but it sucks that he's no longer the guy in charge, man. It sucks. And my fears of the fact that once he stepped down, Triple H would be the head of creative came true. I want to get excited for Triple H because I'm a big fan of him as a performer in ring, his character. He was one of the greatest heels of all time. But when it comes to his creative, the only thing I have to go on is NXT, and that was not. It was boring as hell for me. I hope that things change. We'll see if things will change if he makes the product better. I know that the rumor I've talked about TV 14, those rumors that they might go TV 14. Look, just because they go TV 14 does not mean the product will get better. Just look at it this way. I was actually just watching today a video. You've seen the Bell to Bell series, right? Somebody on YouTube does like the first match. Yes. So this dude, yes. So this dude actually did like last October, Bell to Bell, first TV 14 match, last TV 14 match. I'm thinking the first TV 14 match got to be like 1997, right? Like late 97. It was like January 18th, 1999. That was like the first show where they went TV 14. So 97, they were PG. 98, they were PG. And that's when the Attitude Era started. The Attitude Era started like right after Survivor Series 97. And they were still PG. So the rating of the television show does not depend on how good this does not, make the show better or worse.
So you're saying, sorry if I seem annoyed, there's hammering going on because I guess there are.
I can hear it.
I don't know why they're here. It's not a good date, whatever. I'm sorry, guys. If I seem to be in a mood today, got a lot going on. My grandma's having surgery right now as we speak.
Prayers to her.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I got something in my eye that just won't bugger off. And then on top of that, now we have people in the basement today working on it because apparently they can't even take a single day off. My parents can't even let them take a day off to deal with family issues. So I don't know what the hell. But if you hear hammering in the background, that's what's going on.
There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it.
Tell them to go take a break and go to lunch or something. I might go do that.
I don't think your mom will appreciate. I don't think Mama Retro would appreciate that.
I don't appreciate what they're doing. I don't care.
Who coined that, by the way, Mama Retro? Did I do that or did
Oh, you didn't do it and I didn't do it. You know who did it?
yes, Vibrias. I knew it was him. I knew it was him. He said
Mama
that, right?
Retro, what is good? Yeah.
And I ran with it. I made sure that didn't die.
Mama Retro. I called her Mama Retro right after that podcast. So you didn't. It wasn't just you. So you're not taking all the credit for that.
I've kept it alive on the podcast. Well, look at you. Look at you. It's just like, oh, Vince Russo takes credit for everything. When meanwhile he doesn't. I didn't take credit. I asked you who coined it. And you told me who coined it. I'm not taking credit. I admit that
Vince Russo will take credit for.
What?
Look at the shirt.
Wait, that's Roman Reigns' shirt.
Yes, sir. I bet you he'll take credit for Roman Reigns winning at SummerSlam this year.
I've never heard Vince Russo take credit for anything that Roman Reigns has done.
It's because you've never heard.
And what I have heard Vince Russo say is that the Attitude Era was not just him. It has to do with the performers. He also had Ed Ferrara with him. I've never heard Vince Russo take credit for everything that he did. I've heard that's some Jim Cornette bullshit that everybody just blindly follows.
Before we get into the review, we got a little live audience, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Jackson Riker, what's up, bro? He's sleeping. He ain't no live audience. He asleep.
He's up. His eyes are open.
He don't look like he wants nothing. He looks like he wants nothing to do with this podcast. So.
Oh, is that true, buddy? He's a good boy. He's just chilling right now. He's just chilling. So, let's continue to talk about Vince.
Yeah. Like I said, it's terrible, man. I hate that he's no longer the guy in charge. I hope that Vince Russo actually said something about it that I hope is true. He says that no matter what, Vince McMahon can say he's retired, but he's still going to be, he's just not in the, he's not the owner in the public eye, but he'll be doing things behind the scenes. He'll be writing the shows behind the scenes and everything. I hope that's true.
God,
I hope it's true.
Wesley, what's up, bro?
Wes, what's up? Yeah, I hope that's true. WWE without Vince McMahon is a dark.
But it's necessary.
It's not necessary. Well, if you want to say it's necessary because of what happened, well then yeah, but it's not necessary in terms of making.
Here's why it's necessary. What good has he done for the television product? What good?
Television. Look at the Attitude Era. He has a hand in that.
I'm talking about
the '80s with him.
I'm talking about
current. It's damn sure better than what Triple H writes. I'll tell you that.
Hey, I did like that line by Roman Reigns. I don't know if you've heard or saw it or whatever.
I've seen it a million times. And let me talk about that real quick. Everybody thinks just because Vince McMahon is no longer in charge that all of a sudden Theory is going to be pushed to the back and no longer used. Like, stop with that. Stop with that. This dude is going to be the star of the future in my book. And I think he's one of the best heels in the game right now. And just because they do one episode where apparently, I did not see it, but apparently Roman Reigns and his boys beat the shit out of him, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden his career is going to be over and he's going to be thrown to the back burner and completely forgotten.
He was around for almost if not the full first hour of Raw.
There you go. He was featured. People put too much into what is happening. If the guy's getting beat up, or if the guy's looking bad, he's losing, or he's getting beat up, that means bad things are happening to him. If he's featured on the first hour, like you said, almost the whole first hour. Are you kidding me? That's what it's about. It's about being featured. It's not about winning fake matches. It's about being featured. You're promoting your character to a fan base that is viewing you. The more that you're on the show, the better.
And Wes, I'm just going to put this out there. Jax, better than Tobias every single day of the week.
Oh, shots fired.
Jax,
Shots fired. We need to get Tobias on the show now.
Jax is the better pup any day of the week and twice.
Ooh.
I want
Ooh.
Wes,
He
come
wants
in.
all, yeah. He wants all that smoke.
I do. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Well, fuck you, Frank. Don't join me or nothing. Just make me look like an idiot. We want the smoke. We
You are
want
an idiot. You're doing it yourself. I'm not making you look like an idiot.
You are an idiot. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's why I say it'll be better without Vince. Because I'm with you. I'm not big on that. I'm not one that hangs their hats on the. Oh my God, he did the triple 450 into the quadruple 630.
No. It's the 450 into the 680 into the 930 into the 1734 into the 1880s.
Never getting over. Your gimmick is never getting over, Frank. But I'm not one that hangs my hat on that stuff. But the storytelling, I think without Vince there, the scripts will feel a lot less forced than they do now. I watch NXT 2.0. I watch the backstage skits. Say that 3 times fast. I watch the backstage skits that they do, and it's literally them just standing around backstage, and then when the camera comes on them, it's, oh, okay, so here's my script right here. They wait for the camera.
Storylines are more than just scripts and promos. That's all I'm gonna say. A promo is not a storyline. It's more than just that.
Wow,
I want Attitude Era storylines. I want television storylines. There's more to a storyline than just a promo.
We just have 4 people watching, so shout out to everybody watching right now. I only got 2 people.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody once again for making this video, making our channel 2,500 plus views. Appreciate everybody.
I want to talk about something you actually said on the debut of the Retro Raw Down, because you talked about Benoit. You said that because Jordan Grace apparently said that if Benoit was still alive today, today's wrestlers would wrestle circles around him, I guess, whatever the hell that means. And you said if Benoit was still alive today, he would stretch. Who is it? The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And all I can say of that is, if it's written that way, yeah. And if you want to just talk about that, he legitimately will take liberties on them and actually legit stretch them and hurt them. Well, I don't care about that shit. That's fighting. I'm not a fight fan. I don't care who can stretch out who. I really don't.
Maglife, shout out to Maglife. Maglife, he says, yo, 14-hour drive to SummerSlam. Doing 7 hours tomorrow and another on Friday. Then I'll be there for SummerSlam. Hey, I hope you have safe travels, my friend.
Safe travels and enjoy the show, Maglife.
That's right. That's dope that you get to go, man. I'm jealous, dude. I would love to go to a wrestling pay-per-view one day, but they never come to Denver. So
Vengeance 03. Vengeance 03. Vengeance 03.
That was the last time they came to Denver.
What episode was that? Let's see how well you remember our show, bro. What episode?
God, that was episode 3 or 4.
I think it was 2, but I also think it might have been 3. So I will say you're correct on that, because it might have been 3. It might have been 3, but I think 2. I'm not counting the post. I'm not counting the post show we did for the first episode.
I know.
Right.
Episode. Maybe it was. I think it was 1.
It was either 2 or 3. It was either 2 or 3. WrestleMania 19 was 1.
It was episode 3. True Bros Reviews, episode 3.
You were right. Yeah. So I knew it was either 2 or 3. What did we do second?
Second was, I believe, the Raw 2003.
Right, the one I went to. Right, June 23rd, 2003. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Mag Life says Triple H has the greatest birthday present today. Running $1 billion company, right? And that's a pretty cool birthday present right there. I dig that.
Technically, isn't he just the what do you call it? The creative, and it's Stephanie and
is his title.
right, yeah, right, and Stephanie's running it with Nick Khan or something, whatever.
Yeah. By the way, they need to spell his name Nick Con instead of Khan. But anyway,
I have nothing to say about the guy. He's a behind the scenes guy, so I have nothing really, and he's not a writer, so I don't really have nothing to say much about him. It's like everybody. Hold on. Everybody is dying for what's the dude who does the camera angles? What's his name?
Producer?
No. What's the dude's name?
Kevin Dunn?
Yes, Kevin Dunn. Everybody is dying for that dude to get fired or quit along with Vince McMahon. I got nothing to really say about the guy. What does he do besides go on that camera, that camera, that camera, that guy? Like, so why do y'all want him to fight? That's not gonna make the show better. Like the people who are saying they want Bruce out. Now I disagree with that. But like with Kevin Dunn, I don't really care if Dunn's. I don't care who's doing the cameras. Go to that camera one. Go to camera two. Go. You know all that stuff.
Cue the music.
Yeah. That's literally all that Kevin Dunn does. But see, people hate him because of all the behind the scenes stories, which I could care less about. Like he said, Becky Lynch is not attractive. Which again, yeah, that's not really a great thing to be telling somebody, but like I don't really care about the behind the scenes stuff. So I don't care whether Kevin Dunn is in that position or not. The only behind the scenes position I care about is writer, because that's the show. That's what makes the show good or not.
So you like writers, not bookers.
Not bookers. Like I've said before on the show, booker wins and losses. That's what that's about. Writer, TV show. Vince Russo. That's what I want. Somebody who would write great TV with drama in it.
Since that you're defending the WWE writers because you like Charmed. Anyway, that
has nothing to do with it.
But hey, do you know what you remind me of when you say that he's not you said he was like not a wrestler or something like that. He's not a wrestler.
You talking about Kevin Dunn? Who do I remind you of?
This guy. Hold up.
No, we have.
I hope we're not going to get caught. I don't think we will, but you remind me of this guy. I think once you see it, you'll be like, okay, yeah.
That is primetime rapping. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got our T-steak. Let's go ahead and get into our main man, the champ.
Hey, you know how I go.
Hold on, I want to talk. Comes up first. What is this?
Check me out.
I'm checking.
Get it. I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's a number. Psych! That's the wrong number!
He's not saying it right
now. You with these silly internet fads, bro. You with these silly internet fads.
First of all, I'm not a rapper. But one of my favorite lines of that whole thing is glasses, or he says glasses, jacket, shirt. Call me glasses, jacket, shirt man.
But who did I say is not a wrestler though?
I don't know if it was a wrestler or if it was he's not a writer or something like that.
Well, Kevin Dunn is not a writer. I don't understand what you're talking about. Kevin Dunn definitely isn't a writer. You know Kevin Dunn.
When we post this episode, roll it back, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Raw was decent. I wonder if Triple H was part of the script because it was the best in a while. And I heard. Shout out to Vibe Reactions. I heard that It was actually Vince that came up with that script.
I saw that it was written. It was written in advance.
But Vince wasn't
So who
there.
knows?
But Vince wasn't there to flip it 15, 16, 20 times before it went on the air. So that's kind of nice. Hey,
I saw a rumor online. I saw a rumor online that was kind of funny, which I don't give a damn about the behind the articles that say this happened behind the scene, that happened, but I found it really funny that I saw an article that said Vince McMahon had to be filtered towards the end of his time in WWE, and everybody was saying that Vince McMahon is the filter. That's why Vince Russo's writing was so good. He had a filter. Get the
we're
fuck
not going
out.
to get into the reasons why Vince retired or anything like that. But
No, I'm not talking
want
about
to
that.
say, I was in Jim Cornette's comment section last night on one of his YouTube videos discussing who leaked the information about Vince, who put it out there, and people's conspiracy theories are fucking insane. People are saying, well, it was Stephanie McMahon because in an article in 2001 in the WWE News magazine,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, in a magazine in 2001, she said that she would do anything to take her father down and blah blah blah, and in another
In character. In character.
Huh?
She was
What?
in character when she said that. It was in the WWE magazine.
Another person said, well, Vince told Stephanie that to be a business person, you got to be cold and ruthless, and the only way to get the business from me is out of my hands. Justin says, yeah, fuck Vince. What? No. Brock
Greatest promoter of all time.
on SmackDown. Brock was on SmackDown, so I wonder if him exiting the building prior was. I don't think it was scripted. I don't think that part was scripted, but he got. That's all that
It
matters.
it was dirt sheets creating fake news.
It was dirt sheets. Yeah. But no, I'm not. I read these ludicrous fucking conspiracy theories.
That's
People
hilarious.
in the kitchen with the blender. I mean, come on, dude. This ain't Clue.
Yeah.
Take the conspiracy theories and just shove them out the window. Who is it? Who knows? Who cares?
I love how people take a WWE magazine serious. Like I collect WWE magazine. I'm not saying it's a bad magazine, but you read stuff in there. People are talking in character, and you take that shit seriously as if they're talking as a human being. Like, what?
People are dumb. Tobias
You said it.
says Vince is known for being around women. He's running off like the business con man. Wes, we're not getting into all of that, bro. Yeah, you're right, but we're not going to talk about that here. You can read about that stuff. Other podcasts are talking about it. Frank and I have not discussing this. And,
like I said, I'm here to talk about the entertainment side of pro wrestling. I'm not talking about anybody's personal life.
Yeah. So
I still don't like that we once talked about like Jeff Hardy's freaking arrest. I don't leave Jeff Hardy alone, man. I still ain't happy we talked.
Remember that?
Nah, but the leave Brittany alone thing, yeah. No, but sir, I'm not happy we talk. I wish we would have never talked about that because that makes me look hypocritical. But nah, we ain't doing that. I'm not talking about people personally.
Hypocrite. No. Hey, if you're new to this channel, before we get to the meat and potatoes of the show, if you're new to this channel, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. We upload new content weekly. We do podcasts, we do interviews, we do reactions, we do all that good shit. I say we do reactions. I do the reactions. And hey, go show my man Frank some love on his YouTube channel. He's got his own personal YouTube channel.
Yeah,
baseball.
After you finish, let me talk about that too. Yeah, go ahead. All right, you okay? So I'll probably link, since you brought it up, I'll probably link it in the description after we're done. But WWE, WCW 1. WWE and WCW are my two favorite promotions, so that's where I went with that. And 1 is for my favorite baseball player, Jeff McNeil, who was in my profile pic. So I talk about a variety of things. I don't know why I keep screwing that word up. Variety of things, not just sports, not just pro wrestling. I'm gonna be talking about my favorite teams: the Mets, Bears, and Islanders. Can you let me promote my channel on here? What the hell?
I'm sorry. You're gonna hate me for this, Frank.
Let me finish first. Oh, screw you, Wes. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking about my 3 favorite teams: the Mets, Bears, and Islanders. I'll be doing videos on them. I'll also be doing videos on pro wrestling. I did a video on WWE in 1999 a couple days ago. I'll also be doing favorite TV shows. So, and one of these days, you gotta hop on my channel. By the way, you gotta come through.
Tell me when. I'm there.
I'll let you know. So I'll be talking about my favorite TV shows as well. I'm thinking about doing maybe a Charmed video at once. Hardcore Pond, which is one of my favorite reality TV shows. I might do a video on that at some point soon. That might be my first TV show video. So I want to talk about that. That show gets like no love anymore, man, and it was really good. So a bunch of TV shows, bunch of Mets, Bears, Islanders stuff, and of course pro wrestling. So please subscribe, and please subscribe here too.
Yeah. Will Theory have a Heist of the Century 2.0 at SummerSlam, or will he fail?
Not at SummerSlam. He ain't cashing in at SummerSlam. It's gonna take a while.
I think he's teasing it, Magway. I think he's teasing it. I don't think he's actually gonna. He's teasing it. He's putting that thought out there in the Roman and Brock's head. I don't see him actually going through with it.
I think it's got to be like an edge.
You know what'd be funny? Bob Alvarez from F4W Online, he actually laid out this thing. So what happens is Brock and Roman are fighting, and they crash through a table or the stage or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last man standing, so the rest starts counting 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 8, right?
I think I know where he's going with this.
All the way up to 8. Here he comes out, hits free the briefcase. It says
9.
It says ring the bell, and the referee is counting it 9, 10.
I give Alvarez his props for that. That would be a great heel victory. Theory is a heel. That would be tremendous. He's literally in the match for 2 seconds, and he's the champ. That would be tremendous.
He didn't have to pin anybody.
He's a heel. You want that from your heels. You want to see that from heels. They need to win from heel fashion. That's what makes a heel a heel. That would be tremendous. But the way I feel about Theory, I think it should be an edge situation in 2005 where they let it play off for a long time, and then like right before it was like 2 months left on the contract, because of course it's only a year where you can cash in, a year's time period. He cashed in January when the contract was like April. And that's the thing. I think they need to do that with Theory. They need to let it go. Everything. Everybody wants stuff to happen right now. Guy's got money in the bank. Guy wins money in the bank. He has to cash it in now. Why isn't he cashing it in now? Is he gonna cash it? I get the excitement of, is he gonna cash it in here? Is he gonna? I totally get that, but I don't think we should be having Theory cash in just yet, and let him build it up for a few months. And at some point have a heel victory with him, whether it be that, which I think would be really cool, and it would also be fresh because something like that has never been done before. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Taboo Tuesday 2005, which took place November 1st, 2005. This took place at the
619.
Yeah, this took place in the 619 San Diego at the I Pay One Center, and 174,000 people were in attendance, and the tagline for the show was "Log On, Take Over." So those of you who don't know what this pay-per-view was, this pay-per-view was a very unique pay-per-view concept at the time. They gave the fans the power, and they said,
You know what they did? You know what they did?
"Oh,
They told you every week leading up to the pay-per-view that you can vote on what you want to happen in the match. They hammered it into your head that you can go online and do whatever, then choose whatever you want, whether the match type, the people in the match, etc.
and we won't get into the legitimacy of the votes or anything like that, unless you."
I don't think it was legitimate. I don't.
I don't
But you like what I did there? You like what I did there? Hammered it into their head while the dudes are hammering your basement in the background.
I'm about 3 seconds away from just hanging up right now, bro. Maglife says, have Theory cash in because he's young and hungry for the title. Then he feels because of an attack from Rollins who doesn't want to. No, because that doesn't make sense. Have Rollins.
I don't want to. I don't want to see him fail. I don't want to see him fail. I would like maybe you can go somewhere with him fail. I get that, but to me, I'd like to see him win the title. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
Team up later on. A few later on, we've already seen Rollins and Reigns team up and feud and all that stuff. We've seen that a bunch of times. I think keep them separate for now. We just had them wrestle this year. I think keep them separate for now. And I don't think it makes sense to have Seth attack Austin just because.
Theory. His name is Theory. Okay. He's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's Theory.
Stone Cold. I said Austin.
You said Austin. There ain't no Austin Theory. He's Theory.
I reiterate.
Am I wrong or am I right? I'm right. His name is Theory.
It makes sense for Theory to be attacked by Seth Rollins. It doesn't make sense. That makes because Rollins is feuding with Riddle and Rhodes, and in theory, it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so on the Sunday Night Heat match, Kerwin White and Matt Striker defeated Shelton Benjamin and Val Venus. There was no voting on this match at all.
Just like all the other matches on the night. No voting.
Okay.
Like I said, I think that was all the work. Which I have no problem with it.
The opener saw Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio, Team SmackDown, defeating Chris Masters and Snitsky from Team Raw. The opponents for Snitsky and Masters you could vote for Matt Hardy, Rey Mysterio, JBL, Christian, not me, and Hardcore Holly. So Matt Hardy got 31% of the votes. Rey Mysterio got 29% of the votes. JBL got 17% of the votes. Christian 13%. Hardcore 10%. If it were me, I'd have got 100% of the votes easily.
Speaking of Christian, this was his last night in the WWE before he went to Impact Wrestling. There's an extra. What?
I never went to Impact.
Not you, you dumbass. There's an extra on the DVD. Where is it? Oh yeah, Todd Grisham interviews Christian. They interviewed him because he had.
Hey! That footage is doctored. I never ever spoke to a guy named Todd Grisham.
They interviewed Jay because he had put in his requested his release that night. So that night they did that interview, which I guess went up on WWE.com. It is an extra on this DVD. I don't like. So SmackDown was taped on Tuesday back then, and he actually appears on the SmackDown. So like, where was the SmackDown? Was it in California? Was it somewhere near the Taboo Tuesday? What?
I don't remember exactly where it was.
Yeah, so he was on both Taboo Tuesday and that SmackDown. Maybe the SmackDown wasn't taped on Tuesday. Maybe it was taped a few days before. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, this would be his last appearance, even though 2 days later or 3 days later, because they were on Friday Night SmackDown by that point. 3 days later, he was on SmackDown. But yeah, this was it. He requested his release, and it is an extra on the DVD. Him telling why he wants to leave. And
the match itself was really solid, in my opinion. I love Rey Mysterio, Matt Hardy as a tag team. They were great. What are your thoughts?
I liked the match. I thought it was a good way to open the show. I don't understand. I get it's Raw versus SmackDown, but the whole 2 referee thing was so annoying. Like, there's no need to do that. I like Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy when they were feuding for the Cruiserweight title in 03 more than as a tag team. But it was.
I don't care how annoying that 2 referee thing was. It's nowhere near as annoying as people pounding in your basement right below you.
They are hammering it into your head that this is a interactive pay-per-view.
I'm about to take a hammer to their heads. But anyway, next match saw Eugene and Jimmy Snuka, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Oh wait, he's banned. He defeated Rob Conway and Tyson Tomko. They did rather.
They did.
The choices were Jimmy Snuka, Jim Duggan, and Kamala. Personally, I would have loved to see Jimmy Snuka, or I would have loved to have seen Jim Duggan. I think that's who I voted for, was Jim Duggan. I remember voting here. I believe that's who I voted for.
I think I voted in 04. I could be wrong. I know I voted on one of the years. I can't remember which one.
Well, this match, it was just a match. It was a match to get Eugene on the show, get him presented. Wasn't great, wasn't horrible. Would you agree with that?
I would. And I would just say, my feeling on it was the fans wanted to see Jimmy Snuka, and they got what they saw because they were behind him the whole way. Eugene is one of the most underrated characters of all time. He was so entertaining. And for Rob Conway, I want to talk a little bit about him because no hate on him at all. I love La Resistance. They were great heels, but once they turned Rob Conway to the model character, that was Sylvan actually. That was Sylvan, right.
Well, no, Conway had a similar gimmick. Remember, he had that song "Just Look at Me," and
right.
To see. Yeah,
that's why I thought they both. Yeah. That's why I'm getting mixed up because they both were kind of model gimmicks. Yeah, they having those. You want to look at a model gimmick. Rick Martel pulled it off. He's one of the best at it.
What do you think of the maximum male models on SmackDown?
I have not seen them. Okay. I can't say anything. Yeah,
Mansoor and Mace, and they're coming out and they're modeling clothes for tennis, beach.
I'll have to see them to get a. But yeah, when
this is right up your alley. It's gimmicky, it's hokey, it's bullshit. It's right up your alley. You would love it.
What you call bullshit, other people call entertainment. But okay. But yeah, when La Resistance split up, I feel bad for Grenier and Conway because I just wasn't entertained by them. I think Dupree could have been a damn star. He was great, and it's a shame that whatever happened with him happened, that they kept him down. I don't know. I thought he could have been great. But all 3 of them as a tag team were phenomenal. I love La Resistance. That was a great heel tag team.
I will say this about the guys in my basement. If all they're going to do today is just hammer away, and they don't use any power drills, I'm for it.
2 minutes later, here come the power drills. I swear, if we start hearing power drills in like the next 2 minutes, I'm gonna burst out laughing.
Yesterday, I spent the day with my sister and my nephews. I went to her house about 11 o'clock. Actually, about 11:15 is when I got there. And I went to lunch with them. And when I left, those guys were here, right?
Mhm.
And so by the time, so when I got home, I was with my sister and my nephews from about 11:15 until 4:30, 4:45, right?
Right.
Home, and those guys that were doing all the construction yesterday were done. They were done for today. I was like, yes, I got home at just the perfect time. They're done. I don't have to listen to it. And then last night, Karma comes in, bites me in the a-hole.
Awesome Kong bit you in the ass? That's what you said.
Karma.
Yeah, that was her ring name in WWE, Karma.
Let me try this again. Me getting excited came back to bite me in the ass. Because
Wait, the wrestler from the 90s, me getting excited, bit you on the ass? You never heard of that guy? Yeah, he was the world champ for like some weird indie fed in like Orlando in the 90s.
Anyway, I got excited and it came back to bite me because we had not one, not two, not three, but four. Count them, 4. Yes, I said the number 4. Thunderstorms last night. Like back to back to back. It was like, okay, that's overkill. 4. Back to the show.
Not necessarily overkill, no.
Back to the 4 thunderstorm. Okay. Mankind defeated Carlito by technical submission, and obviously you know who the picks were for this match. Carlito was either going to face Mick Foley, Mankind, or Jack. Now let's take a look at the percentages. Mankind won with 52%. Cactus Jack won with 35%. And Mankind won with 52%. Cactus Jack came in second with 33%, and Dude Love came in at 13%.
Which means Mick Foley got 100% of the votes.
Facts.
Yeah. I love the Carlito Sacco.
Right? The little wig on the sock. That was cool. This match was very, very entertaining. It was funny.
Yes.
It was Mankind's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Except falling off a cell. But
one of the more overrated wrestling matches ever. Which, no disrespect to Foley or Undertaker for that matter, but
he's disrespecting them. No. Okay.
But yeah, this was entertaining. I love the Carlito sock. That was funny. But yeah, the match itself was really good.
Next match was Big Show and Kane defeating Lance Kane and Trevor Murdoch. And the choices for this match were well, I guess there were no choices for this match. It was just Kane and Murdoch against Big Show and Kane for the World Tag Team title.
Are you sure? Let me see. I don't think. Yeah, they don't put the choices on the DVD of what you could vote for. So I guess. Oh wait. They do. Wait. Oh no, they don't. I don't know.
There were no choices for this match.
I guess.
This match was good. Big Show and a solid team, a very solid team.
I agree.
They were great.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that they're like, oh, they're big men tag team. I hate them. It's what Vince McMahon loves. He loves putting big guys together. Like, this is a good tag team. They were pretty fun. And Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch were a cool tag team too. Rest in peace, Lance Cade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You stopped by. I was taking a sip of soda, so thanks a lot.
What?
Next match was Batista defeating Jonathan Coachman in a street fight. Now, the options for this match were street fight, a verbal debate, or wrestling match. Now, obviously, the street fight won with 91% of the votes.
Verbal debate could have been entertaining.
A verbal debate
Yeah.
got 6% of the votes, and arm wrestling 3%.
This was more for this was
And
this
Jonathan,
yeah, this is more just Batista beating the shit out of Coachman. It wasn't really much of a match.
man, imagine that verbal debate. He would have.
I love the debate that they in on Raw in 2003 with La Resistance and Scott Steiner. That was entertaining. What did Scott Steiner say again? Go back to France or man, I forgot the way he said. He said go back to what did he say? Go back to Italy or France? Well, I don't know. Same difference. It was something like that. I can't remember. But that was an entertaining segment.
Wait, no. We ain't gonna escape past what you just said.
What?
You just sat there and you just said France and Italy are the same thing.
No, I'm saying that Scott Steiner said something to that effect.
Oh,
I didn't say that there. I was trying to remember what Scott Steiner said.
You were quoting.
Yes, trying to.
Man.
You watch the segment. It was entertaining. It wasn't with La Resistance. He did one with La Resistance, and then he did another one with Chris Nowinski that was entertaining too. For some reason, they had Scott Steiner doing a lot of debates in 2003.
That's my bad, bro. I thought you said something.
No.
I apologize.
He said to La Resistance, go back to France or something else, and he said same difference. Or somewhere else, he said whatever, same difference. Okay. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. I apologize.
Essentially, he was bashing France.
You will rarely ever hear me say this on the podcast, but Frank, I apologize. I misquoted you.
As you always do.
Frank.
No, but you do sometimes. You once said that I said
hold on. Bang your head with it.
You did once say that I said that 1999 was my favorite year. You said that on the watch along of the Bad Blood 04 where you didn't even it's one of, but you said it was my favorite. Which like I said, I don't even know. It's tough to choose between some of the WWE years. It's really tough. So I don't know.
Back to the show here.
You've also said that I love on that when you did the one with the rapper reactor. What's his name again?
Vibe Reactions or
Vibe Reactions. Yeah, Vibe Reactions. You said, Frank loves promos. That's what he watches wrestling for because he loves the promos. I never said that. That's why I watch wrestling. I watch wrestling for storyline.
But now you're wrong about something because Vibe Reactions is not a rapper. He's a reaction.
I said rapper reaction guy. He reacts to rap music videos.
You're slick. You are slicker than coming on gold tooth.
That's what I said. He's a rapper reactor.
Okay.
He reacts to rap music.
I thought you meant like rapper / reactor. Okay.
No, that's not what I meant. I know that sounds like that's not what I was trying to say.
Okay. Next match. Trish Stratus won and fulfill your fantasy battle royal to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Also in the battle royal were Maria, Candice Michelle, Ashley, Victoria, Mickey James, and Trish Stratus. And boy, I just gotta say that name Ashley in that battle royal is really, really weird to me. Yeah. And it's weird for me because my sister's name is Ashley.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
That's why that's weird for me. Yeah.
So I want to talk about Ashley for a minute because in the 2000
before you do, let's get the results away here. So Trish Stratus won by eliminating Victoria. The choices for this match were a lingerie match, a leather and lace match. God, I'm glad that didn't win, and a cheerleader match. Now lingerie won with 43% of the votes. Leather and Lace won with, or I'm sorry, Leather and Lace came in second with 32, and a cheerleader outfit came with 25%. Okay, go ahead. Talk about Ashley.
So in 2005, when they did the Diva search, I wanted Ashley to win. Like, damn, this girl cute. So I was rooting for her. I still remember the night where she like shared her phone number on Raw. I was like, damn, what? She really did doing this? Like, what? I'm pretty sure it was a fake number. I never tried to call it, but I'm sure it was a fake number. But she went on my. This was the time when Mike Jones was getting hot, so I'm sure she just took a page out of Mike Jones' book. But yeah, I was a big fan of hers during the Diva search, and I still remember the day she passed. I remember I was in the parking lot of Walmart. I was working as a card associate, and I pulled out my phone, and I just was looking at my phone, and I see Ashley Mazzaro pass away. I'm like, no way!
Right?
Like that, I couldn't believe that she was so young. And like later in the night too, I just saw a guy who's like walking by me to like give me his card back. He's got a wrestling shirt on. I'm like, you hear what happened to Ashley Mazzaro? And then like we started talking about wrestling for like 2 hours. I do remember that from that
Are you gonna answer?
moment too. What was the question?
You didn't hear my question?
No.
Did you cry?
Did I cry? No. But I was surprised.
Dang, I think I just tied my pants in a knot. Oops.
But yeah, that was a really sad moment. It's still shocking to see that Ashley's no longer with us. I did not know that she was actually dating Paul London at
Oh,
one.
it's yesterday. Oh, Massaro.
What?
My sister's name is Ashley Numbnuts. Just
Oh.
said that.
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out like you were like your voice cut out for like a second, so I couldn't really hear what you.
How often do you listen to me on this show? Be real.
I listen to you all the time, but sometimes your voice cuts out.
Oh, yeah. My sister's name is Ashley.
I heard you say that. Yes, I heard you say that. But when you said
she spells her name differently, my sister spells her name ASHLEIGH.
Okay. But as I was saying before you rudely interrupted me,
not rudely.
I did not know that Ashley and Paul London were actually dating at one time, and she apparently was also dating Matt Hardy. I almost said Matt Harvey. She was what?
Didn't she also date CM Punk?
She might have, I think so. I'm not sure though. But yeah, Paul London was talking about that on live with on Cafe de Rene with Rene Dupree, and there was a lot of beef with him and Matt Hardy because of the past relationship that Matt had, and apparently that's what ultimately led to not Matt Hardy, Paul London being fired. As we remember the whole segment where Vince walks by Paul London before the limo explosion, and like London's like smiling, and like Vince wasn't happy about that. Well, he was already in hot water the day before because Matt Hardy apparently leaked out that Ashley was going to be in Playboy and made it out to be like hey, look, Paul London leaked that out. And so London got a little bit in the hot water because of that. And if that story's true, then damn, Matt, like for real, that's wrong.
I have no comments on any of that.
Yeah, it's all screwed up.
This match, hey, listen, I love this match. I go back and I watch this match every so often just because I love it. It was great. To me, it was. I love women's wrestling. I make that mention all the time on this channel. Mickey was great. Mickey was a better babyface than a heel. Would you agree with me on that? She was a good heel. She was a good heel, but she was a better babyface.
I think so. Yeah, I'm more of a heel guy, but more often than not, I will say like no, better as a heel. But there are some people who are better as a babyface than heel.
Yeah, Jazz and Victoria, they were better as heels than babyfaces.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't picture Jazz as a babyface, to be quite honest with you. She's just mean, rough.
Makes sense.
Heel.
Yeah, makes sense. Right.
Huh?
Makes sense. Yeah.
And then Victoria, I mean, she did that psychotic role perfectly, bro. She
Yeah.
I mean, she was going after Trish. Oh, I'm gonna go back and watch those matches right after this.
I mean, for the match, that there were a lot of headlocks, a lot of takedowns, a lot of 450 splashes, shooting star presses, 5 stars all around. You know?
They had backstage brawls too, they had backstage brawls too. All right.
They went backstage, they hit each other with chairs, they set tables on fire as the crowd's going, EC-Dub, EC-Dub, EC-Dub.
Well, they never set any tables on fire, but I do remember one particular thing. It was a match. It was right before a match that they were going to have. Victoria, Trish Stratus was checking herself out in the mirror, and Victoria.
That didn't happen in this match. That happened in like 2002.
I didn't say it happened in this match. I'm saying they've had backstage brawls.
Yeah, but you said that after I was saying this happened in that match, that happened in that match, and then you said they had backstage brawls too.
Screw it. Let's move on. Next match.
Hold on. I didn't give my thoughts on the match.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So the match, I'm sure everybody gave it a dud, said it was the worst thing ever because oh my gosh, they're degrading women, blah, blah, blah. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Because that's what people wanted to see back then. And I have no problem with it whatsoever. And I would hope that if some of the women's wrestlers said they didn't want to be a part of matches like that, I would hope that WWE said, no problem, you don't have to be, but who knows?
Next match. These next two matches, it's hard to pick which one was better than the other. But this next match, Ric Flair defeated Triple H in a steel cage match. He won by escaping the cage. And your match options for this match were a steel cage, a submission match, and a regular match. And
it was a submission match that he won by escaping the cage.
So this was a cage match.
No, I know, and you gave it away, but then started listing the options. I love it.
Okay,
that's why I say it was a submission match that he won by escaping.
What if it was a cage match and he won by submission?
That's more likely to happen because sometimes cage matches are pinfall or submission as well as escape.
Cage match got 83% of the votes. Submission got 13%. And a regular match got 14% of the votes. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. A steel cage got 83% of the votes. Submission match got 13%, and a regular match got 4%. This matchup was really, really good. I loved the Triple H Ric Flair feud in 2005. Hey, Elgin Lawwill, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Elgin says, I'm loving this live. LOL. It's better than WWE. LMAO. Hey,
I appreciate it.
Hey, subscribe if you're loving this, bro. Subscribe if you're loving this. You get this kind
of. For anybody who's new, I said it last week. I'm gonna say it like every week because anytime I hear a new name, I'm gonna say it. Anybody who's new to this video, say where you found us because I link this video in wrestling groups before we go live, and I just want to know where we're getting our viewers from.
Yeah.
So yeah, say where you're from.
Find us. Comment down below where.
Yeah, how'd you find us? Yeah.
Was it Facebook? Was it Twitter? Was it the messages? Because I have a lot of people I message. Let us know.
It can't be Twitter because I didn't link Twitter today. So they can't be Twitter.
Could have been TikTok. Oh wait, did you put it on TikTok?
No.
Okay, it's not TikTok. Did you put it on Instagram?
I don't share on Instagram, no.
Not on Instagram. So it's either Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty much just trying to figure out what Facebook group you're from because I linked it in a million Facebook groups.
Yeah, no, I love the Triple H Ric Flair 2005 rivalry. That was fantastic. Triple H was absolutely ruthless.
You know how that feud began?
What?
You know how that feud began?
Yeah, Triple H was a surprise was going to be his partner, and then he turned on him.
How did he turn on him? He hit him with something.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, like in the background. This is a perfect background sound for this match.
I can't be mad at you for that. Actually, I'm going to cheers you.
um,
That's good.
this was a tremendous storyline. The breakup of the final two pieces, the final two members of Evolution, the founding fathers, if you will. You had Randy Orton go out in the summer of '04, then Batista a few months later, building up to WrestleMania. But Triple H and Ric Flair stayed together from like Unforgiven 2002 all the way to that first Raw back on USA, which was October 2005. About 3 years they were together.
And then Triple H savagely beat the shit out of Ric Flair. Beat the shit out of Flair.
He's beating the shit out of Flair in your basement right now. We can hear he's got the hammer going.
Hey, also, for those of you who are interested, this weekend, Ric Flair is having one more match. He is teaming with his son-in-law, Andrade, to take on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. And I implore, what's the word I'm looking for? I encourage everybody to go listen to Jeff Jarrett's podcast, My World, specifically the episode.
Yeah, great podcast.
Specifically the episode he did on Ric Flair's family. Those first few minutes between Jeff Jarrett and Conrad Thompson are absolute gold. I don't know if you saw it, Frank, but
I've seen a little bit from the whole Flair this whole thing, and I do have some stuff I want to say about it.
Yeah,
I have seen clips. I have seen clips.
So do I.
I've seen
that podcast was entertaining. Ric Flair, Conrad Thompson is Ric Flair's son-in-law.
Yeah, I know.
And Jeff Jarrett, they're going back and forth about Ric Flair, and Conrad's like, I can't believe you did that to him. He's 77 years old.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yep. You know, he's you should be in jail if he didn't believe in it. If it wasn't all a work to him, he would be in prison, Jeff. You committed a crime. Blah 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 blah. It's very much entertaining. And Jarrett's
I've seen clips of that where he's yelling at Jeff. I do want to say, I saw the video package where Lethal and Jarrett attack Flair. That was done so well. That was really good. Yeah, outside.
That was great. That was great.
I'm also very happy that this is a tag match because Ric Flair at 77 should not be doing one-on-one matches. He really shouldn't be doing tag matches either, but at least he doesn't. To me, the match should be let Andrade and Jay Lethal do their thing for about as however long the match is going to be, and then have Flair get tagged in, Jarrett get tagged in, and Flair just gets a quick, figure four on him and gets him to tap.
Elgin says there's a 20-minute YouTube video promo on Flair's last match posted by Ric Flair. I think that's what we're talking about. Hey, Elgin, how'd you find us, man? How'd you find our podcast, bro? Appreciate you coming through. Let us know. I agree with you, Frank. Ric Flair is 70-something years old. He does not to be.
I think 77. I'm not sure.
He does not need to be competing in singles matches. Absolutely not.
Right.
I think it's great that he's doing a tag match. That way he can. You found us on Facebook. Awesome. Great. Glad you're here, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Appreciate you, bro. Ric Flair is 70+ years old. He doesn't need to be getting in the ring and fighting, but taking those bumps. You know what I mean? If he wants to take a bump or two, as long as it's safely done, I can't be mad at it. But he can't be bumps and he can't be Ric Flair 1985. All right.
No, he's not gonna be. He's not gonna be that guy. Right. But to me, let him get tagged in at the end and slap the figure four on Jarrett, and that would be a great end to his career too. Because you remember, Jeff Jarrett used to do the struts. He used to do the figure fours. So it's almost like Ric Flair's like, I'm the king of the struts, I'm the king of the figure four, and I'm gonna prove it right now in my last match by slapping the figure four on this guy. That'd be a great way to end Flair's career.
Absolutely. I say just let him tag in, do the Ric Flair chops, maybe the Ric Flair flop as well.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Flop,
Yeah. I thought you were talking about where he goes to the top rope and then he gets thrown off. I hope he doesn't do that.
No, I'm talking about when he's fired. Like, let's say he's chopping everybody in sight. Chop you. And he fires himself out because he's old, and he just does the.
I love the fall because when you play against Ric Flair on like Shut Your Mouth, or I think Here Comes the Pain, might be both of them too. He'll randomly fall because it's his taunt. He'll just start randomly falling if you play him, and he's the computer. He'll randomly fall, and it leads to some of the most hilarious things you'll ever see on the video. He'll just randomly fall.
On 2K22 as well.
He does that taunt?
I think he does, yes.
Nice.
I know in one of the SmackDown versus Raw games, you could throw like a Shawn Michaels or a Ric Flair really hard into the turnbuckle, and they'll go.
Right. They do the flip, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Shawn and Flair's trademark, that move. I don't know if they necessarily trademark, but I mean, like, they always do that, both of them. Yeah. For the match itself, like I said, the angle was great. The match was great too. It was a really fun match. To me, you said it's hard to choose between these two, and I totally get that. I think the next match is the match of the night.
Yeah, so the next match was the main event of the night, ladies and gentlemen, which was John Cena versus Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship. The options for this match, it was an opponent for John Cena and Kurt Angle, and your options were Shawn Michaels, Kane, and the Big Show. And Shawn Michaels won with 46%. He won with 46% of the votes. Kane had 38%, and Big Show had 16%. And John Cena would retain the WWE title. And yeah, this matchup was really, 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 really good. I like this match a lot.
Now I remember now why the tag match didn't have a stipulation to it.
It was the other two.
Yes. I think if one of them got voted in the title match, there would have been no tag title match. I think. I'm not sure.
No, it was whoever doesn't get picked, whichever two don't get picked, challenge for the World Tag Team titles.
Also, Cade and Murdoch are the champs here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is actually the beginning of Big Show and Kane as a tag team.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Just to comment on that real quick, I actually loved that hardcore tag team match that Kane and Murdoch and Big Show and Kane had. That was awesome. I don't know if
what show was that?
It was an episode of Raw, and they had a hardcore match. Let me see if I can find a date for you.
I've definitely seen the match, but I can't recall it right now. Because I binged 2005 Raw on the network like only a couple years ago, but I can't remember it at the moment. The one hardcore match that I can remember was with, I think it was Big Show and Snitsky, and they actually brought out the kitchen sink. That was hilarious. Because they would always say, "Oh, they brought out everything but the kitchen sink," and then finally, like, they do this hardcore match where the kitchen sink is actually used.
I can't find a date for this. What the heck? That's weird. It was right. I think it was like right after they went to the USA Network.
So this was probably after this show. Likely. Well, it has to be. It has to be after the show because it's their first time team. So yeah.
If you guys know what date that was, let us know in the comments down below.
Right.
We would love to know. Cena.
So
go ahead.
So John Cena in 2005 was like Mr. Triple Threat because he had the Vengeance Triple Threat in 05 with Christian and Chris Jericho. That was really good. And then there was this match, which definitely topped it. This match was phenomenal. But yeah, Cena, 2 triple threats in 1 year that were both really good.
John Cena was in the ring with more experienced guys in this match. I'm not saying that Jericho and Christian were not experienced. I'm saying these guys were more experienced, especially competing at high levels. Whereas Christian,
whoa. Jericho started in like the freaking 90s, and Kurt Angle started in like.
Let me say. These guys were world champions longer, main eventers longer than Jericho was. Jericho was a main eventer, yes. He was high level, yes. But these guys were higher levels than Jericho. That's what I'm trying.
I don't necessarily think I agree with what you're saying, but I don't necessarily think that because they were more higher level that means the matches would be better. I
didn't say they were bad. I didn't say that they were bad. I didn't say that triple threat match was bad. I just said that's why it was better was because he was in the
That's literally what I said too. That's literally what I said. Doesn't mean that it makes it better.
Put it this way: in this match, John Cena was in the ring with veterans, with veterans. Whereas in that other triple threat, he was in there with guys from his time in the ring. That makes sense.
And I'm not trying to argue because you're right, but I'm just trying to say like that doesn't necessarily make the match better just because they're veterans.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. You're 100% right that he's in there with veterans, but that doesn't mean the matches would be better. But the match was better, but not because they were veterans and Jericho and Christian were the same time period as Cena.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Taboo Tuesday 2005. Now, we did promote one more thing on this show.
Yeah.
And this is a treat for everybody.
Before you do that, I gotta go for a minute.
Where you going?
I'm from the bird.
I'm gonna be back in like 2 seconds.
Well, while Frank is off doing whatever Frank is going to go do, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the Bro Nation. That's a cool thing to say, a Bro Nation. I'm going to use that later on. Comment down below. Elgin says you guys are extremely entertaining. Hey, Elgin, I appreciate you, brother. That's what we try to do on the show. We try to bring entertainment value to those around the world. I appreciate you, Elgin. Thank you very much. We go live every week, bro. We go live just like this every single week. I also do interviews with special guests, and I have another podcast I do called The Retro Raw Down with my friend Nat, where we discuss what happened on Raw and SmackDown this week, or whatever week it is. If you want to hear more of my thoughts of Vince McMahon and all that good stuff, hey, it's on the Retro Raw Down. So yeah. Hey, some news broke out today. WrestleMania 40 will take place in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh? It's somewhere in Pennsylvania. Hang on a second. Yeah, so it was announced. WrestleMania 40 will take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay. And Frank is back. There's Frank. Hey, Elgin loves us. He says that we are entertaining. So
I appreciate that, Elgin. You took me out of the show as a look?
Yeah, because I'm not going to have people look at just a wall.
I get that. I was trying to do something funny though when I came back, and then you fucking messed it up.
What are you to do?
I yelled. You didn't hear me yell?
I did not.
I yelled as if I was talking to somebody else, and I yelled, "Yeah, I'm doing a podcast with that asshole Christian. I'll be."
Hey, easy, bro. Easy. Relax. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this song, you're gonna get a reaction in real time. I'm just gonna play the audio. This is called The Burrows. It's by my man Crip. So if you like this song, go show my man Crip some love. He's on YouTube, Crypt. He has great music. So Frank, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go.
I'm from the boroughs of Kentucky, you should probably try to duck me. Got a product with it, go ahead and touch me. Cause my world can get bloody so thorough. When I hunt the whole bureau, gonna be searching, looking for me. The whole world tried to show me, now I'm back, they looking yummy. Time to turn these motherfuckers into lunch. They say the brighter days should be coming, look outside and it ain't sunny. But I like the dark, guess I'm kinda lucky. The day that I make a song that they like, I know.
Well, I like that flow he did right there. Did you catch that?
No. Oh yeah. That was good. Yeah.
And then he did the flow switch. The
Kinda lucky. The day that I make a song that they like, I know a fucked up lie. Cause haters love the fucking shit, that's the only way that they fly. Change of mind, though I like to stir the pot a couple times before I die. So I let them simmer and sizzle to brine, cause they salty. Enemies of mine are quite numerous. They try to stop me, but I work some pussies like a uterus. They losing it, make them act a fool, they ludicrous. Every time I rap, I got them up in arms, that's you.
Did you catch that bar? Hang on.
Uterus, they losing it, make them act a fool, they ludicrous.
They act a fool, they ludicrous.
Yeah.
Ludicrous.
And then something. And then some. Yeah, act a fool.
Act the fool.
Yeah. And then something about you.
Arms, that's humorous. Punchlines for days, confine the lane and wait. I'll explain.
You said something about arms that's humorous, like your humorous bones.
Nah, he was shouting out Hugh Morris.
And then did you catch that one? That was a Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, yep. Which, speaking of Stone Cold, after we do this react, we're gonna talk about what we're gonna cover next week.
Okay. He said, Elgin. He said, "I'm from the boroughs of Kentucky. You should probably try to duck me." That's how he started. He started off by saying borough. So then he started off by saying boroughs of Kentucky. He said, "I'm from the boroughs," because Crypt is from Kentucky. So
yeah, me too.
I've lost faith. I'm back. In fact, I'm here to stay.
Nobody cares, Frank.
I'm not from Kentucky anyway.
Huh?
I'm not from Kentucky anyway.
Again, nobody. Listen. Kind of like Stone Cold's coming with how those glass jaws break.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
You know when the Stone Cold thing is. Yeah.
Those who have lost faith, I'm back. In fact, I'm here to stay. Still cutting through these beats like a hacksaw player. Want me dragged off stage, the one that cast me off away. I'll force my way into the game until that padlock breaks. I'm from the boroughs of Kentucky. You should probably try to duck me. Got a product with it, go ahead and touch me. Cause the world can get bloody so thorough. When I hunt the whole world, we'll be searching, looking for me. The whole world trying to show me, now I'm back. They looking yummy. Time to turn these motherfuckers into lunch meat. They say the brighter days should be coming. Look outside and it ain't sunny, but I like the dark. Yes, I'm kind of lucky. Lord knows that I'm a man of my word. I am not deterred. If you're thinking you can stop me with the comments, no, your plan is absurd. I handle the slurs, no damage incurred. Stand up and learn. When you come at me, I'll make you shit the bed. Amber Heard, I'm a star.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Come at me, I'll make you shit the bed. Amber Heard. Yeah, absolutely great flow, Elgin. Fantastic flow. Crypt is one of the best rappers on YouTube right now. Absolute. He spells. I'll spell it in the chat for you, Elgin. He spells it like this.
CRIPT, right?
Huh?
CRIPT.
CRYPT.
Oh, why? Right. I know it was something like that.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Elgin. CRYPT is how you spell that. And actually, he mentions that in another song of his. He has a song called "Who You Know," and he goes, "Who you know better than CRYPT? Bitch, me." I mean, so, yeah, yeah. And all of his songs, by the way, we'll do more Crypt songs. We'll definitely do more Crypt reactions because all of his songs, I think, maybe with the exception of Godzilla, because that's Eminem's song and he remixed it. But we'll react to more Crypt songs because he's got a whole bunch of them, and his songs will never get copyrighted. So
right.
All you bitches are concerned with all you bitches. Haters feeling my fire. When will you learn? All you bitches. There's a reason that you know me, but I do not know you. People pay to hear my music. People put you on mute. I got these heavily hooks and flippity hibbity rap bars. Hundreds of thousands of yes men, but no one puts on my songs. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Contradictory, no. Tell me that rap don't pay my bills, but I just bought a second home, but y'all don't never make sense. So they kind of make sense. Putrid smelling motherfuckers. Only time you make sense.
You don't ever make sense. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't
Yep.
ever make sense. You don't ever make money.
Right.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to cut that fucker's door, I ain't heard from him since. I wait a couple more days, I'm paying my visit again. Cause I'm from the boroughs of Kentucky, you should probably try to duck me. Got a problem with it, go ahead and touch me. Cause my world can get bloody so thorough. When I hunt the whole world, when we searching, looking for me. The whole world trying to show me now I'm back, they looking yummy. Time to turn these motherfuckers into luxury. They say the brighter days should be coming, look aside and it ain't sunny. But I like it though, I guess I'm kinda lucky.
Alright, go ahead and tell people, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Frank, before you tell people about the show, ladies and gentlemen, that was Crypt, the boroughs of Kentucky. Go show the man some love. Crypt's got some bangers on. Absolutely.
Definitely.
One of my favorite songs he does is The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop. The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop, which is like a play on The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And one of the bars in that song is he says something about no biggie, and then he said like no biggie in one verse, and he goes, I said there's no biggie like Pac was around.
Yeah.
Which Biggie, Tupac, yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, Frank, go ahead, tell people about next week's show, bro.
Next week, I mean, you can tell that we choose. Like, in 1 week it'll be Christian's show, next week it'll be my show. You can tell when it's my show, bro. Next week we'll be going to cover one of my favorite Royal Rumbles ever, from one of my favorite years ever that we just recently were talking about, and that would be Royal Rumble from 1999, the year Mr. McMahon won the Rumble. I'm definitely going to discuss that because it's so ridiculous how people act like it's like the worst thing ever. It's not even close.
And it's topical because of the Vince McMahon stuff.
Yeah. This was, I loved when Mr. McMahon won the Rumble. That was really cool. I can't wait to talk about this show next week.
Yeah. And it's going to be a great show next week, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we're going to do another Crypt Raw. I'm going to show this guy that Crypt, that Devil Went Down to Hip Hop song.
Yeah. Before we leave, I still want to get back to the whole he's not a writer thing. I did say that I'm not a fan. I mean, I could care less about Kevin Dunn because he's not a writer. And you said that reminds you of the dude who said I'm not a rapper. But yeah, he's saying that when meanwhile he is rapping. How does that remind you of? I don't understand that.
He's not a writer. I'm not a rapper. It's just the way it was phrased to me.
Oh, the way it was phrased, right? But the thing is, he's saying he's not a rapper when he really is rapping. That's why I couldn't connect that. Because like Kevin Dunn really isn't a writer.
Amazing. He's not a. Yeah, it was just that.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Retro Bros Reviews. Frank, are you joining us? Are you going to join us Saturday for SummerSlam?
We'll see. It depends on if I'm watching or not. We'll see.
Okay. Well,
which that essentially that for every pay-per-view, that's essentially going to be my status. It depends if I'm watching or not.
Fair enough. We will be live right after SummerSlam. It'll be myself, my friend Nat, and Jay. Maybe Frank will join us too. And we're going to just react to what we just watched. You know, SummerSlam 2022, given everything that's going on around it, is going to be very, very interesting. That's for sure. You want my predictions real quick? Frank doesn't do predictions. He's a little bitch boy like that. So
I mean, why are you acting like it's a sport? This ain't baseball. We're not predicting who's gonna really win a game. Like, we're predicting television shows now.
Yes.
I don't do predictions for wrestling.
He was gonna die on Charmed.
That's fine. Did you just say Prue dying?
I said.
Did you just bring?
I said
Phoebe. Well, that's fine because Phoebe never died. Actually, since you brought that up, Rebecca Balding, rest in peace to Rebecca Balding. She played Phoebe's boss on the latter seasons when she was working at the paper. I've forgot. Yeah. So rest in peace to Rebecca Balding.
My picks for this week for the SummerSlam this weekend: Mysterios versus the Judgment Day. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Judgment Day. I don't think that Dominic is going to turn on his dad, but he might. Logan Paul versus The Miz. I'm going to go with Logan Paul because it's his first big match, and The Miz is there to put him over. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm going to throw a wild card here. I'm going to say Becky Lynch wins again. Riddle versus Seth Rollins. I'm going to go with Riddle on this one. Riddle needs a big babyface victory, and this could be that. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I see Liv Morgan walking out as champion. She's walking in as champion. She's going to walk out as champion. I do see Ronda turning heel after the match. So Usos against the Street Profits for the undisputed tag team titles. This matchup is a very unpredictable match for me. And you have Jeff Jarrett as a special guest referee. This is a coin flip. I think I'm going to have to go with the Usos. Just slightly. Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the U.S. Championship. I'm going to say that Lashley retains. Pat McAfee against Happy Corbin. As much as I'm going to see Pat win, I think Happy Corbin pulls out a victory here. And Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match for the undisputed Universal Championship. Again, coin flip, but I'm gonna go with Tribal Chief. You know, he's gonna win.
Here's my predictions. Whoever the writer writes to win will win. That's my predictions.
Mind blown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the Retro Bros podcast. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like this video. I know Elgin loved this video, so I'm sure he hit the like button already.
We appreciate it, Elgin.
Appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate Elgin, Mag Life. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, I'm CJ. That's Frank.